Hello, Ellie.
Hello, Antoinette.
Welcome to the podcast. It's so great to have you on. Pardon our very serious introduction. Today, we're really excited to present Ellie to all of our viewers and listeners. Ellie is a course consultant with us at the Australian Beauty School, and she's going to take us into a little bit about what the course consultants do and how we pair our students with the perfect course for them. Welcome, Ellie.
Thank you for having me. It's
You're
nice
welcome.
to be here.
So great to have you. First of all, let's know a little bit more about you. Tell us about you.
My name's Ellie. I'm a course consultant here at the Beauty School. I've been working here for about 2 years, and I'm originally from the UK, but I grew up in Singapore.
Tell us about the courses that we offer here at the Australian Beauty School.
We have quite a few, and they're all, of course, specialised within the beauty industry. So we go through lash extensions, lifting and tinting, waxing and tinting. We also go through spray tanning, makeup, facials, literally everything you can imagine, it is here.
I love that. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but our course consultants are very passionate about the beauty industry, and many of them actually undertake study with us as well. Have you done any courses with us?
I have. I've done a couple. By far my favourite was the facials course and also the eyelash extensions course.
Mm-hmm.
My background is skin and facials, so it was more of a refresher, which I loved. And learning a new skill with eyelash extensions when I first started, that was really, really interesting. You know, I always get them done myself and my eyes are always closed. So I was really interested to know actually what went in behind the service and everything. And then, I fell in love with those as well.
Amazing. How did you find the support that was offered to you by the tutors?
Like, honestly, no other. I haven't always had the best kind of time, even in school and further education I did afterwards. And the support here is just incredible. They are so supportive. No question is a silly question. And you really form a really great connection with your tutors as well.
What has been the most heartwarming or life-changing enrolment that you've had so far?
There's been quite a few, but one that really stands out to me was around this time last year. We had a student that was about 15. She wasn't having the best time in school and she was being quite badly bullied. So her mum decided to homeschool her. And they were kind of looking at the next path for her to kind of build up her confidence in something that she was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a really good chat about things, made sure that she was comfortable with the course as well, and also her mum. And then when we got her enrolled, she was so excited, really happy. She was quite nervous in the beginning because obviously her confidence has taken a little bit of a toll.
Mm-hmm.
But then towards the end of the call, all three of us had happy tears.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I want to mention too, we share so much success with our students when they're successful as well. It's such a nice experience for us, hey?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually got in contact with her. I like to check in with my students as well, just to see how they're going. And a couple months later, I gave her a call and she sounded like a different girl on the phone.
Wow.
So, yeah.
How amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ellie. I know we're affiliated with ABIC, which is the Aesthetic Beauty Industry Council here in Australia, which is it's kind of like a governing body around beauty services and clinical services as well. Do you know of any other affiliations that we have at the moment, around our courses that really help to shape what our students are learning?
Yeah, definitely. So all of our courses are actually endorsed through a body called the International Approval and Registration Centre. So they're an external body that frequently review our courses just to ensure that we are delivering, the highest quality education to our students, to make sure that it's going to be in line with all of their goals after they do finish the course as well. So this opens up all the opportunities for them to work in a salon, open up their own home business, freelance work, mobile business as well, and even renting a space. So it just gives them all that opportunity while knowing that they are learning the most updated style.
Amazing to know that our courses are frequently updated to really reflect what's happening in the industry at any given point. So that's a really great thing to know for our students and potential students as well.
And it's always changing in the beauty industry. Remember makeup when we were young, it was the box brows and now it's all natural makeup. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Apart from a positive attitude, are there any prerequisites for our courses?
No, there's not. Just having a passion and also being interested in what you're learning, definitely. But there's no age requirements. Our youngest student's actually 13 years old, and there's no kind of formal education that's needed either. We want to give everybody an opportunity to study what they are interested in.
I love that. How flexible are our courses? Traditionally, we're looking at back in my day, it was all about going to a physical school, going to a beauty school, tracking it all the way into the city and having that 25 to 30 hours of delivery in classroom setting. And you would have to go through an extensive amount of theory before you even touch a client or get to use any product or material or anything like that. How does our course differ in that way?
So our courses are completely flexible. So they're done all in our students' own time and at their own pace, which is kind of a really great way to be able to still keep up with their day-to-day life. We have so many students that are full-time mums, which is a full-time job, working full-time, part-time, studying still in school or in uni as well. And, sometimes you just can't move your schedule around. So our courses are designed to fit around their schedule. They have 24/7 access to the course. And then they also have a whole year to be able to complete the course as well. So really takes that pressure away. When you're learning something new, they can focus on having fun without having any added stress.
And I suppose as well for an individual who might find a classroom situation overwhelming or overstimulating, this would be a great way to go, hey?
Absolutely. You can work with people that you're comfortable with. So you get to, use your live models as guinea pigs, friends and family. You can do it at your own time and schedule. So if you are feeling a bit overwhelmed or you just need a bit of time off, then you can always come back to it when it's more comfortable. And also you get one-on-one tutor support as well. So, when you're in a classroom with a lot of people, we've all been there, a bit too nervous to put our hands up, want to make sure that our students have that one-on-one time to make sure that any questions are answered and they just feel 100% confident.
I love that. And I think as well, it's our job as a tutor team to instill that confidence in our students and allow them to feel comfortable and excited about the future for themselves, which is really, really rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, support is one of the biggest things. And I've done quite a few courses around the world and everything like that. And the support here is honestly unreal.
So traditionally in the beauty industry, the only way to get an education around what you're wanting to study was to attend a classroom. We do things really, really differently here. Who might benefit from our style of learning?
So the courses that we offer actually fall under an unregulated industry. With regards to that, that basically means that people can kind of just start working with the service without a qualification, which can be quite scary.
Really scary.
That's how you hear of some of the horror stories that go on. So even students that study in an RTO, for example, they have the exact same pathways and outcomes that our qualifications would have. We're just in private education. So we specialize in the courses. So we do individual courses to make sure that our students are fully qualified with the right training before they go in to working, in a salon or having their own business. And students really benefit this, like full-time mums, for example, they don't have the time to be able to go into school or courses, for a certain time during the week, even people working full-time. So this gives people that option to still pursue what they want to do, but then on their own time as well.
The other thing too is students that are rurally located that don't have access to a beauty college or even a beauty salon. I've spoken to students that need to travel 2 hours to get their lashes done.
Absolutely.
Commitment. I love it.
Yeah, honestly. And some students, they say, we've been looking, for ages trying to find a course that is going to be the right fit and being able to, still not have to travel 2 to 3 hours. And so our courses give them the opportunity again to, not have that stress of traveling and kind of making things harder for them. Makes it nice and easy for them to be able to pursue their dreams as well.
And it's really about bringing the classroom to the student, right?
Yeah.
And giving them that immersive experience, not only with the video content and our amazing content that we already have in theory-based, but also the engagement that you have from your tutors and the support that you have from your course consultants really make all the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got everything kind of structured for you. You've got your lessons, so the visual aspects there. We send you that full kit, so they've got everything that they need. And then also they can practice on people that they're, again, comfortable with. So it really just kind of ties in, and whenever they need any support, it's always there as well.
I love it. So we have some images for you. I know you're a lash girly.
Yep.
So we want to show you some, some of them are disasters, some of them aren't. Well, I want to know your opinion on them.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think of coloured lashes?
I really like them. Like personally, I wouldn't get them myself because I am just quite basic. I like a clean look.
I wouldn't say basic, I'd say elegant.
Okay, thank you. I'll take it. But I absolutely love it. I really like the full color side of things, but also I really love how people just add a little bit of color on the side.
Right at the end.
Yes, absolutely.
It looks so good.
I would say slay.
Yeah, that's a slay.
Yeah.
Look, I love a mega volume, but it's got to be done right. I think they're way too big.
Yeah, personally, I do love volume. There's just way too many lashes on her natural lashes there. It just looks a bit too heavy and clumpy. Some people do like that kind of like fake looking side of things, but for me, that's a nay.
The thing is, right, I think volume lashes are really, really beautiful and they can add a really full effect, but they've got to be put on the right client, right? They've got to be put on the client that's got, an eye shape that's able to support those lashes, and also with lashes long enough to support the lashes. Otherwise, they're just going to droop down and do the opposite effect of what we're trying to achieve. For me, that is closing up the eye a little bit too much, and it's a nay.
Yeah, you can see how it's kind of like closing some of her eyes. So that means it's just a little bit too heavy.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit uncomfortable for her as well.
I would say so. I actually think they're beautiful.
I love them. They look really natural, really classic. I like how the volume's kind of building up in between, and then there's some shorter ones in between as well, just to kind of give that really wispy effect.
Yeah,
So
I love it. I love that
definitely
wispy effect.
slay.
It's a slay.
Definitely.
I actually kind of think they're a slay. On the right eye and the right look and the right person, I think that they are really, really cute. I probably wouldn't wear them myself. And I am a bit wary of the glitter lashes that I see, because I feel like that can really easily flake off.
Yeah.
Particularly with the cyanoacrylate glue. But I think they'd be great for a temporary sort of a thing. Like if I was to
Yeah.
apply them to a client, I'd want them to come back really quickly to get them changed.
I think as well, like for an event or something like that, they're really fun as well. I think with these ones specifically, if there was a little bit more kind of volume with the black lashes, I think it would make them pop a little bit better. I definitely think for events, they're really cute, but on a day-to-day basis, maybe a bit more natural for me.
Yeah, it's in the middle for me. I'm not quite sure if it's a slay or an A.
Yeah, me too. It's a bit in the middle. It's cute, I think, temporarily, but if you're going to have those on for like 3 weeks, nah.
You've got to think of practicality for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
Our next segment is going to be a little bit of a disaster story for you. I haven't read it yet. Our producer sent this through. I had this client who was the best, always on time, used to bring me coffee and had the best chats. Anyway, she used to recommend me to her friends, and I probably gained around 5 regulars through her. During inflation and considering how tough the cost of living is, I've increased my prices for hybrids from $90 to $110. I made an Instagram story advising of the changing cost, and she replied, "Better not be for me." I responded and explained the circumstances, stating that I can't make special considerations since I'm close with many of my regulars and can't make exceptions. She got upset, saying she's the only reason I'm popular and that she's been so lovely to me. How dare I make her start to pay extra? I haven't responded and she hasn't rebooked. Am I the asshole? Should I message her saying I will keep the price at $90? What do you think about that?
Well, with my lash lady, we are really close now. Like when I first started, she was the first person I ever got my lashes done with, and she's really, really good. For me, I think that's completely fair as a business. You know, you have to make money, you have to earn money. My lash lady has done the same. We are close. We go out for lunch and everything like that together. And I'm more than happy to pay that, because not only is she running her own business, she has to also make sure that she can afford her cost of living, and what she's doing is a great service. So I'm willing to pay. So I definitely don't think
I agree with you.
she's the asshole at all.
I agree with you. And I think from a beauty point of view and a business point of view as well, when you raise your prices, even if it's just incrementally like that, it doesn't have to go from, $90 to $200.
Yeah.
Even if you raise your prices a little bit, don't be afraid of those clients dropping away off your client list, because that opens a space for a client that's willing to pay the money and that does appreciate the work you do for that money.
Absolutely.
And this is why I always recommend to, my hair extension students, my beauty students, to charge what you're worth and have confidence in what you're charging, but also don't be afraid to lift your prices if it needs to be raised.
Yeah.
So cost of living is extremely high at the moment. Materials are going up and up and up, which ultimately has an effect on the bottom line. So don't be afraid of losing clients if you are charging what you're worth. I think worse than this would be to undercharge.
Yeah, definitely.
And do all this work for no benefit, because you'd just be trying to break even. So don't be afraid of losing clients when you up your prices, because it means that it leaves space for a new client to come in with a new experience and for you to learn new things from them. And in that way, it's a really beneficial thing.
Exactly. And for me, when I was going, because like when I tell people how much I get my lashes done for, they're like, that's so expensive, you pay so much. But my lashes last me literally 4 to 6 weeks.
That's the best.
And also my natural lashes are so healthy underneath this.
There's no amount of money that I would not pay to have healthy lashes though.
Same. Yeah, exactly.
This is why I don't get my lashes done.
Yeah, you can go to someone and you can get, I have a friend that goes and she gets hers done like every week. She pays like $50. So at the end of the month, it's $200. Mine's $190 for 4 to 6 weeks. But then it's, it lasts, they're healthy, and I don't have to keep going back every week either,
And also you enjoy the time that you spend with your service provider.
Yeah.
And you enjoy going, and when I have a really good service provided, I want to give more and more and more.
Yeah.
Like, I want to give a tip. I want to give them more than I
Yeah.
can, because I'm so happy with the service that they've given.
Right. And you also want to support them. You know, they're doing something, they have that courage to be able to be their own boss, you know, have their own business. And you have to respect that they have to make an income
Correct.
as well. And also, when you do go to people that are, you know, kind of maybe slightly higher priced, their service is better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of
Because
course.
they know their value, they know what they can offer, and they are just kind of sometimes a bit of a level ahead.
Of
You know?
course. And when you're starting, there's no harm in starting your prices lower and building your client. What you might find is that you are attracting a more budget conscious client in that regard, but it's also a great way to grow with your client and learn new things with your client. So whereas if I was going to get a $50 set of lashes done, I would not have the same expectations as a $190 set of lashes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So if you're offering that price, that's okay, but understand that you can also grow with your client at the same time.
Yeah, and even, you know, like with my lash lady, there's never been this incident, but for example, if I told her, hey, I'm actually not happy with this, or hey, they started falling out a lot quicker, she'll take me back in and fix it straight away. Whereas somebody who's charging, you know, $50, they're going to be like, oh, well, that's what you kind of paid for and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, so you are really paying for the quality and the service there. So, yeah.
And I think it's important to mention too, particularly with lashes, it's not about, it is a little bit about the products that you use, but predominantly it's all about the skill.
Definitely.
It's the skill and the technician's eye and the way they put things together and the solutions that they create for you as an individual. So I think it's really important that as consumers and clients, we're also understanding that we're not just paying for the product, because let's be honest, lash products are quite cost effective and really quite cheap.
Yeah.
They're not super expensive like hair extensions or facial products, for example. It's really about the skill set, and that's why you can charge so much.
Exactly. I completely agree.
Awesome. Well, that's about all that we have time for. Thank you so much for being on our podcast, Ellie. It's been great having you. It's been so insightful to learn a little bit more about what the course consultants do. I can't wait to have you on again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.